Hello, this is Ed Thompson, Manufacturing Systems Inc., MSI. Last time we discussed how to use or how to manage multiple versions of SolidWorks on your computer, and so of course to bring parts forward from an old version to a newer version by keeping them separate, just saving them, then that's no problem. One of the challenges though is sometimes you have a part that's in a newer version and you need to move back to the old version. So today we're going to demonstrate that. If we take the standard little bronze bushing that we have, it's a simple part just for demonstration purposes. What we've done is we've saved that out as a step file, and then we brought it in here, and you can see that we imported it. And so the trick is how do we actually create that into a real SolidWorks parts? If we go to Insert, FeatureWorks, and we hit Recognize Features, this works fairly well. Of course, with a little work practice, you can probably get pretty good at this. The trick here is you need to have the entities recognized. So if you as you pick each of these, they pop in there, and then when you hit this button, magically it turns our part into a revolved part. Now I personally would not have revolved it. I probably would have extruded it, but that's okay. So then that's one way. If you have a single part file, then that's great. Where the real problem gets into if you have multiple configured parts in the newer version and you want to move all the configurations back to the old version, this can be tricky. However, it's relatively simple to do if you essentially go in there and rebuild um, the tree one at a time. So here's the 2013 part, as you can see here, and this can be added later. But right now we have, and you just build one of these items at a time. And I have a dual monitor screen, and I look at one over here on the left, and I just create that on the right. And so right here we can see that this has two dimensions. If we click on that dimension, you can see it's named ID, which is creative, and then here is OD, something easy to remember. And then if we um, go in here and click on here, we can see that the extrude feature has also been renamed to length. So this is handy. We can then put that away and come over to this new part here. We're going to close this out. Don't save. Delete that. And we're going to start with a brand new part. And so we want it to be brass. We start out with a sketch. Pick two circles there. Dimension the first one, and that is going to be renamed as ID. Second one is going to be renamed as OD. And then we are going to extrude it. It doesn't really matter what the number is that we extrude. We'll just pick any old number. And once that's done, we're going to click on that, double click on that, and we can see that all our numbers here, we're going to go in here and rename that to length. So each of these variables now are similar to the existing the part in the newer version. We're going to go in and add a design table, insert tables, design table, and it's going to ask us which variables we want to add. We're going to hold down Control and select all three of them, or Shift, and we should end up with this really nice little design table. I had to put you on hold for a second while SolidWorks got straightened out. So here we are back, and you can see that it's created a design table for a single part. We're going to close this. Then we're going to go back to the newer version of SolidWorks, if we can find the thing. Here we are. We're going to open up this design table, and I like to open up in the new window, and I'm going to basically just select all the features there and Control C. Close that and open up the new version here. Open up this new design table, go up in the upper right hand corner, hit Control V, and there's all our fields again, which is kind of nice. One thing that we will have a problem, however, is that apparently 2012 labeled extrudes as a boss extrude, not just extrude. So, and you can see here in the 2013 table, which we copied over, it says extrude. So we need to go in here and type in boss-extrude 1, and that should match. Close this, and there you see each of all the new parts are showing up here. We'll go into the first one, and it should look pretty good. I'm going to delete the original one because they were just random numbers, which is great. And we can then go back through, and if we look at the newer version, we can change the materials. You just work your way down through the tree, change the material, add the mate references, and you know, whatever needs to do that, and ultimately go to the old part here, or the new part in the old version, and save that. And we're going to save it, you know, because you have to find the right location. Make sure that you're back in the correct version of SolidWorks, and in this case it's going to be underneath the MSI library parts library under bearings, and we're going to call this the translated part, and save that. And then if we go over here to our library, sure enough, when we go into the bearings, we will find that there's this translated part right here. So that's how to move a part from a new version to an old version. It sounds like this might be a fair amount of work, but it's not bad. Again, if you have two monitors, you put the old version or the new version on the left-hand screen, and you go down there item by item on the through the tree, and pretty soon it's amazing how fast it actually works. And when you get down to the bottom and you translate over the design table, all of a sudden you have quite a few parts here. So if you have any questions, I can be reached through the MSI website, which is MSIOREGON, all one word, .com. And so hopefully this will be helpful. Thanks. Bye.